Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, warranted Wade can't guess his walkways, penalizes himself heavily, and was an Afro samurai. Malfunctioning Mark is utterly engorged, craps on Wade's content, and prefers pickles with cream. Butchering Bob berates his buddy, gentrifies zombies, frightens morning folk, and bans Wade from self-addressing. From mighty mug time to lens traps. Yes, it's time for Wade's Secret Words, Part 2. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Greetings. Welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade, and well, as you can tell, I must have won the last episode because I'm here hosting today. And as such, the way this show works is I'll be hosting an episode where Mark and Bob, hey boys.
Hello. Hi, Zawu.
We'll be competing for points based on a topic or topics or whatever I've come up with.
Editors, cut to me. You have to because I'm drinking today's sponsor's drink.
I also needed a refreshing...
No, keep it on me. Keep it on me.
Oh, but look at this.
But I'm drinking zero sugar mug root beer. Different than those guys.
Keep it on me. I got that dog in me.
Mark also has the world's smallest can.
Wade, I have way more dog in me. Is the dog worth points? I have so many dogs in me, Wade.
I submerged myself in a vat of human growth hormone. My head is touching the ceiling.
Wow, that's why the can looks so small in your hand.
Your body finally matches your deep voice.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Elvis Blyer.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Say hello, everybody. I wish I could do what I did in my youth.
I can't believe your voice used to be so squeaky. That's wild.
I think his impression gets higher and higher each time he does it.
Hello, everybody.
Ah, the good old days.
Sounds like Shy Ronnie. You guys remember Shy Ronnie? It's an SNL skit where what's his name? Adam Sandberg plays Shy Ronnie, and Rihanna like comes in singing a song, and she's like, "Take it, Ronnie," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Speak up. Nobody can hear you."
That was a funny bit.
Anyway, how's it going?
Small talk.
Good.
I don't feel like it.
I'm going good. It's going good. I used the hot tub last night. Remember the tub where we all soaked in together in the boat?
Fully dressed in the hot sun, yeah.
No, I put a swimsuit on last night. It's way better than a swimsuit.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I've been learning. About hot tubs.
I was also in a hot tub last night, just coincidentally.
Wow. Wade?
No, I was driving the loop that goes around Cincinnati just on repeat.
He doesn't have a car. This is a lie.
Yeah, that's a made up story.
I don't have a car. I don't have a hot tub. I had to steal a car to drive a bunch.
Mark, why were you in a hot tub? You don't have one of those, do you?
Yeah, I do. I just don't talk about it much.
No, that's right. I know that because I've been to where that is.
Yeah, me too. I was invited to the hot tub.
I was there with you.
Not in the hot tub.
Have you both been here?
I've been to your house.
When?
Unless you moved again.
When did that occur?
In October of 2022, I drove down from the Bay Area. Wade and Molly flew out. We hung out. We did a
Oh, yeah, of course. We went to In-N-Out. That's right.
We did a live stream from the Corridor studio.
We went to In-N-Out. It's what you remember.
We went to In-N-Out. Well, we did. That's true. It's true. Then we tried to play that board game that took like 10 years to get through the instruction. We gave up.
We went to the talented people's place to record. They do all the cool talented stuff.
Yeah, they're very talented. I don't know who you're digging at.
Mark's former employer, yes.
Their names are Tim.
I said it out loud already in this recording, so.
Didn't hear you. Minus a point to me.
Well, Wade, what's their name?
Tim and Eric.
Hallway analog.
Is that true?
It's almost true.
That was a hint.
What are those words related to?
Aisle prologue?
What else could you call a hallway?
Another name for hallway is aisle prologue.
No, not aisle. That's not really a hallway.
Aisle, what's the opposite of analog? Aisle relapse.
I'm sorry. Where's your relapse clock, Wade? You've got an analog clock and a relapse clock.
Oh, digital.
Yeah?
Digital path.
Digital was second in the hint.
Path digital.
Wait, stop focusing on the words. Remember in your mind who you're trying to guess. To YouTube channel, right?
I'm confused at what part of this he doesn't remember or if it's just everything.
I remember meeting people. They were very nice. And I remember seeing some of their videos that were really well done, really cool.
Watched tons of their videos before, yep.
Mechanical digital.
What does that have to do with a hallway? What would you call a hallway if you were in Old England?
A privy route.
God damn it.
Bob, you stood up in front of the whole world and named this man the winner. You looked him in the eye and said, "You are the most fit to lead this podcast."
Privy route digital.
I'm not even going to tell you the correct answer. I just want you to stew in the fact that I literally spoon fed it to you and you still aren't.
Hallway. Okay. Hallway in Old England?
Perhaps in medieval times, or what might a British person in general call a hallway.
Hallway.
Oh,
Don't try too hard. You gotta turn those 5 other brain cells you got in there.
Man, you're really giving it to me. I deserve this.
It starts with a C. C-O.
Ooh.
sound it out.
R. C-O-R.
Corridor digital.
Yeah.
No, there's not even any celebration afterwards. There's nothing to celebrate, really.
I will take away 2 more points from me.
Man, he's really good.
And you thought you couldn't lose today.
I'm losing. What were we talking about? Mark's hot tub.
Well, yeah, we're being at Mark's place, hanging out with Mark.
We recorded there.
I had my hot tub.
Mark, great small talk.
Thank you.
Oh.
Bob, did you do anything?
Oh. Well, I'm trying to build this render farm in my garage. I got solar panels on my roof that are hooked into the dirt. Turns out that's not how you harvest electricity from them. And I bought all these car parts online from China. And turns out car parts isn't what you need to make server racks, though.
I knew it would be confusing for people, but there were some people on the subreddit that really did not understand the concept of a room temperature phase change. Room temperature ice, like, really didn't check the box for people. And I'm not saying like they're dumb, but it's just a very strange concept. It's a weird concept, and how that would help. And there were some people that were trying to help out, but other people were just like, that's not how that works. That's not, it would just make it warmer. And I'm like, yes, but
if it's ice, but the same temperature, is it really cooling?
Yes, because electronics don't operate at room temperature. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue that would be talked about.
So you're saying the computer gets hotter, but the ice stays room temperature, which is cooler than hotter?
No, actually, but almost.
Okay. Maybe I don't get it either, but you know what? I like it when you all talk.
Wait, thanks for playing the role of the subreddit in this role play.
Hey, I'm happy to do it.
I know you are smarter than you're letting on. Don't worry.
I'm here to represent the layman.
Wait, listen. When ice becomes not ice, it takes a lot of energy for that to happen. But in the interim,
it gets wet.
It melts, but it takes a while. And so long as there's ice, it stays at the temperature that ice freezes at. Okay, and what temperature is that?
I'm with you. 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius, absolute 0 plus a few degrees.
A few. You're right. So if you just move that needle, so you got your stake in the ground at 32 F0C, if you just move it up to 68.
Yes.
That's it. You got it.
He understands perfectly. Don't talk about it anymore. We know you understand.
Now you've got warm ice.
Keep it locked inside.
Well, I guess 68 isn't really, it's warm-ish. It's warmer than 32.
Is 68 cool relative to electronics that operate anywhere from 80 to 100 and whatever degrees Fahrenheit?
68 sounds great for a computer.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's very cold.
It's kind of the ideal temperature.
And 69 sounds great for me.
The ideal position.
Scientifically proven to be the ideal position for something.
Great. You know what? You both have just crushed this. I'm going to take another point away from me, and you both just get 100 points each.
Oh, all right.
We have been investing our points here in Distractible into stocks and bonds, and we're just swimming in them. So I'm going to start giving some more out. You both have 100 points.
Whoa, what's the conversion rate?
I have -4. You have 100.
That's not a conversion. Okay, well.
1 point equals 1 point, and you have 100 of them?
How many points equals 1 Ethereum? That's what I need to know. That'll clarify it.
Is that what you farm for with people's hard drives?
It's close. You're weirdly close.
I'm pretty sure Ethereum is where Vikings go when they die.
That's what they say in Old England. Ethehala.
That's it. He finally got there.
Corridor. Man, I would have never guessed corridor and hallway, but corridor is just not a word I think of. Anyway.
You would never guess corridor and hallway? Those are synonyms.
I agree, but corridor is just not a word that comes to my brain.
All right, this is totally unrelated to anything that we've talked about thus far. I just wanted to tell you guys the existence of something that is captivating to me.
I'm going to sip this.
Some people are all about, like, you know, keeping gold just in case the world explodes, and then money's meaningless, but then the gold that'll mean that's worth something.
Everybody knows this.
However, there is one shiny thing that I was looking at. It's a 10 kilogram coin of silver.
That's a lot of silver.
It's 10 kilograms.
Jesus Christ.
I forget what the price was. It was ridiculous. It was like thousands of dollars. But it was just like the fact that it was a 10 kilogram, like a dumbbell-sized plate of silver. Not a dumbbell, like a weight plate.
That's heavy.
It's very heavy. Of just pure. I just couldn't even imagine what 10 kilogram coin would even look like. I want it so badly.
How much is it?
I was trying to look up the price. So it's $13,000.
God damn. You should get it and just use it in your weight room. Like get a handle put on it like it's a kettlebell and just like, oh.
Mark, you have an opportunity. Turn your render farm into a giant arcade cabinet. In order to play, you have to insert the 10 kilogram silver coin.
Oh man, it's so funny because this is hearkening back to like those rocks, whatever the people did that used them as currency or still do, you know, the giant rocks that are immovable
that you scribe your data onto.
Yeah, well, you just say who owns it. And it's like, that's my rock. I'll trade you my rock for a bunch of food.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just reminds me of that. That's fucking 10 kilogram coin. So...
Can you imagine going to buy a car and you're like, here, and you just set that down?
You go to CarMax, you're like, I need a 2021 Toyota Camry base model. This 10 kilograms of silver is approximately worth one Camry. It's probably not, but you know, whatever.
How much does it weigh? That was a dumb question. Let's move on. I might take away another point. I'm struggling today.
Wait, no, Wade's onto something. What's in there? What's inside of it?
Inside of the silver?
Yeah, what's it weigh and what's inside of it? How is it so heavy? That's what we need to know.
Oh man, it's a mystery.
What if you unwrap the silver and it's just chocolate?
Oh, yeah.
What color is it, though? Because it's really important what color it is. You want it to look cool.
Okay, Bob, you don't have to kill me. I'm already dead.
What rank is it in Overwatch?
Platinum.
Plat 3, actually, surprisingly enough. Yeah, weird, huh? Wait, this is either going to expose a horrendous ignorance on my part or I'm a genius. Am I missing something, or is it just as asinine to think that precious metals like silver and gold will have value post-currency as it is to expect currency to have value? Like, assuming there's a world-ending event, some crazy shit happens. Why does a hunk of metal have value in that world? Am I stupid? I just don't.
It doesn't because a lot of people are like, oh, it's actually something that humans will always put value in. It's like, no, gold is a luxury good. If once society starts to build up and there can be commerce and stuff like that, sure. But if there's an apocalyptic scenario, that gold is going to be worth as much as a paperweight because it's a luxury good in commodities.
It's not even a good metal. You can't make anything out of gold. I mean, it's conductive.
Ever hear of chains or rings?
You don't want golden chains.
It's too soft. It's a really shitty metal. It's one of the shittiest. It's just shitty.
Yeah, but you stand out.
No, you would have the best looking prisoners of war in the apocalypse, I guess, if you had gold chains for your prisoners. Yes.
What kind of apocalypse?
What kind you want? We got all kinds. Zombie, yeah. We got uprising.
Yeah, like what if you give all the zombies gold chains so you know they're dead?
That would be quite the marker. It would make it risky to wear other jewelry if you're an alive human.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You run the risk of making these zombies hot. They could start to really, gussy up afterwards. They get the gold chain and they're like, ooh.
Hey, maybe if you give them gold chains because it's a luxury item, you give them gold pieces, maybe they'll, instead of trying to eat so many brains, they'll focus on zombie society. Because then some of them will have gold and some of them will want gold.
Then they'll get ritzy enough to want kombucha and avocado toast instead of brains.
We make zombucha?
Avazambu toast.
Zambocado toast?
Damn it. It was right there. Any other small talk?
That was small talk? That was all small talk?
That's what I did yesterday, Mark. What do you think we're talking about? You bought 10 kilograms of some unknown metal, and I
can't wait for the subreddit post. I can't believe Mark bought 10 kilograms coin of silver. I didn't do it.
It's how you turn on the render farm. You have to put it in the slot.
It's coin operated. It's very expensive.
Oh, yeah, they got me.
And you pull a big lever and then you render.
That'd be great if I could set it up that way.
I'd like to render a ball floating in water. Shunk, cherry, oh, bar. Adobe crashed. Fuck.
All right, we have a series of things to discuss. Let's start with something just kind of fun. This is not a necessary topic. I want to point that out. I just thought of it and I liked it, so I wrote it down. What are the best snacks to eat while drinking root beer? So I was thinking about it and I was like, man, I could go for some like popcorn and root beer. And I think that's because sometimes when I go to the theaters, it's like that's what I get is like a root beer and popcorn. So like I think about those two things being paired. We're not doing root beer specifically. I just think because we're actually drinking it. But snacks and drinks that like pair well. I think root beer and popcorn in my brain is like good. But I think that might be because at theaters you get popcorn and.
I generally am not a pretzel fan. Like little crunchy pretzels, they're fine, but I would not choose those. But specifically because root beer has a lot of like creamy flavors, sort of. It has like almost like a creamy ice creamy flavor to me. It goes super well with stuff that's just sort of salty and kind of dry. And so pretzels and root beer and popcorn I get too. But I would almost never eat pretzels normally. But like I kind of crave that a little, I guess.
Do you think we equivalate? Is that a word? Popcorn or salty things in root beer, or the root beer ice cream thing you were saying, because like root beer floats are a thing? Or do you think it actually is just like
that may be
my brain? Mark, say something before I say something else dumb. I don't have any points left to lose.
Mark, make some equivalations.
I'm gonna equivalate. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. What a weird question. What?
Don't you have that dog in you?
Is this just the sponsor? Is this your whole subject? Is this the sponsor? Are you a sellout? You a shill? You a shill? I mean, I'm a shill, but are you shilling?
There is nowhere where this was required by anything. I just thought of it.
And we just are drinking root beer. He did this of his own free. Mark, I feel like you're just every time Wade hosts now, the theme of the day is Mark just shits all over Wade's topic. I feel like is where we are.
No, that's Wade's theme.
No, but it's you. You're doing it.
He shat on Glaubersol. He didn't even say it once. He didn't say Glaubersol once. He didn't say it once.
Because he can't, Mark. He can't.
You're right. He's too stupid for that.
So, Mark, you got nothing.
I got nothing. In reality, I got nothing because it's like I look at the soda as like it's kind of a snack by itself, which is weird to say, but if I go to the theater, sure. But that's just usually because it's the only option. But I typically get a bottle of water.
This guy. I have another drink that requires a specific thing to me. Milk. I like milk. Milk is fine. But if I have a glass of milk for some reason, if I have to drink one, it usually goes the other way. But if I have one, I better have some graham crackers in my hand because graham crackers dipped in milk is just like top tier flavor combination.
So I think a cake or cookies or brownies, I will always want milk with those. Sometimes I want milk with ice cream. Is that weird to have that much dairy?
You want milk with ice cream?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
God dang, that's called a milkshake. You just mix it all together.
As a kid, my dad always got the 5-quart tub of ice cream, not just a gallon tub, 5 quarts, right? So I would every night, I would scoop out a whole bowl, chocolate syrup all over, finish the bowl, grab a pickle out of the fridge.
What in the? That's not where I thought that was going.
I don't know why. I would eat the ice cream and I'd be like, you know what, that would be good to wash that down with? Pickle.
Wouldn't want to enjoy a good flavor for too long.
Gotta clear my mouth out of all this chocolate and ice cream. Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
That's just what I did. My dad looked at me very strangely every time. So I'm not saying it's the right move. That's just what I did.
Well, no wonder you don't know what to pair with root beer if you're pairing ice cream and pickles.
No, I'm honestly curious about that now, but
I don't know what. It was like instinctive, right? I was like, oh man. And I think that's probably why I like salted caramel, because
it tastes like pickles.
Because salty. I like salty things. I'm a salty guy.
I still have nightmares about when we used to go to like Cheesecake Factory and you would take a piece of bread and put a huge thing of butter on it and then drown that motherfucker in some salt. I like salt. I'm not a low sodium person, but that was watching you eat that. I was like, oh, that's a lot.
My blood pressure is perfect. All my vitals are perfect. And I'm not saying that there's this big conspiracy myth about like, too much salt, but I'm saying like I eat a ton of salt. I'm very healthy, extremely healthy, actually. The healthiest.
It's actually interesting. I don't know any of the science behind this. This is basically a conspiracy theory, but there are developing research and developing theories about salt affecting your blood pressure, not because of the salt itself, but because salt affects your body's water retention rate and how much fluid you're holding and carrying in your systems and stuff. Or they're working on research to prove that lowering your sodium intake doesn't necessarily even fix high blood pressure if you're a person who has that, because it depends entirely on what is causing that. And it might not be the amount of sodium, because it might not have as much to do with how much water you're retaining. It might have to do with other functions in the body. So salt still is connected to blood pressure. Maybe we've been lied to,
Fools.
Maybe they're hiding the truth, man.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Well, Bob, thank you for participating in that one. Mark, you were here. I guess we'll move on to the next topic. Best hair. Remember our first episode, hair?
I do.
What is the best hair?
Where's he going with this?
One of your hairdos?
Where's he going with this?
Afro?
He's up to something. Bob, he's up to something.
Yeah, obviously. Isn't that good? Isn't that the idea?
But if I guess it before we get there, I get points, right?
You've already got 100, man. You're getting kind of greedy. Whatever you're trying to figure out, you might get something.
The best hair is yours back when you used to have it. You had such a fro.
I did have a fro.
Tragedy.
I can't believe it's gone. Anyway, I don't know. Mark, what's your favorite? What's the best hair, Mark?
I have no idea, honestly.
Play the game.
Yeah, you know this game, Mark. You know what's going on.
You could say your own hair. It's okay. We won't blame you.
I don't think it's a pain in the ass all the time. I can't wait to cut it.
Mine is not.
Yeah, I mean, bald has its conveniences, but I don't know if that qualifies as a hairstyle.
What's your hairstyle? Bald. No, what's your hairstyle? Bald. I said hairstyle.
Oh, man. Bowl cut. Easy to implement. Classic. Always gets a laugh.
People saw the Beatles walk by. There's like, look at Ringo.
Did they have bowl cuts?
Didn't they at one point? Am I crazy? That was a bowl cut.
They had long hair, but it wasn't really like a bowl cut. Isn't a bowl cut where there's like one line that goes all the way around? That's and the rest of it is like buzzed real short.
I guess they technically called it a mop top. I don't know, but it looked pretty bowl cutty to me. Anyway, okay, bowl cut. Bob, what's your hair?
I choose Wade's old hair.
Oh, afro.
Wade fro.
Wade fro and bowl cut. Let us talk for a moment about cars. Guys, I still don't have one.
I know about cars.
I know a little about cars.
I've got a friend who works at a car place. I'm going to go look at them here soon. I just have to actually find a fucking day off, which has been really difficult.
Says the man who just got back from vacation.
Well, that vacation still even involves not being here to go car shopping.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm having a lunch that I'm streaming in the early afternoon, and then I do D&D on a channel called Lost Initiative, and D&D starts up.
Oh, I know what the problem is. Yeah, because when you wake up at noon, you lose like 50% of the opportunity that businesses are open.
Yeah, but when you go to bed before 4 a.m., you miss the peace and quiet of everyone being in the fucking sleep and you having some goddamn time to yourself between that midnight and 4 a.m. window.
You can get that if you wake up early. You get that same thing.
No, the annoying ass people are awake and they're like, hey, good morning, how are you? Oh my god, it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm not a morning person. Just eat my ass and quiet.
You talking about your wife? Who is this? What?
Yeah, who are you encountering out in the world in your house? Don't leave your house.
Morning people that enjoy the morning.
You're not awake at the same time. How would you even know?
Sipping their coffee, hearing the wind and the birds. They're all happy and shit. They're the worst. My morning is spent, even if I get up in the morning, it's spent, for like 8 hours, and then like 5 p.m. hits and it's like, oh, thank God, I feel like a person finally.
I could tell you from experience, nobody fucking talks to me ever. Even if I go out bright and early in the morning, there are no morning people out there haunting my existence. It's just like the rest of the day, only honestly, it's usually less busy because, you know, it's the morning.
This is about cars, not morning people.
Right. Okay. Cars. 4 wheels, hood, windows,
Windshield, a shield for the wind, seats.
What's happening?
wheel or yoke.
Whose cars are we? What are we talking about?
Cars.
Lightning McQueen, Mater, Tow Mater, Doc Hudson, the fabulous Hudson Hornet.
Oh, I get it. He towed. I actually didn't get that. That's why he's called Mater.
His name is Tow Mater.
His first name's Tow?
Tow Mater.
Really?
Yes, Tow Mater the tow truck.
I just thought his name was Mater.
I mean, everyone calls him Mater.
Tow Mater.
His name is Tow Mater.
Is he red?
He's rust colored. He was originally light blue. His paint color was light blue, but now he's mostly rusted, except for his hood, which is still light blue, but he doesn't wear it because he lost it down a ravine. And he found it back once, but then he lost it back down the same ravine because he sneezed.
God damn, he's got the Cars lore.
You have no idea how many fucking times I've seen the Cars movies.
Because
I like them. What do you mean because?
Okay, well, I didn't know. I didn't know if there was a reason. Maybe like
That's cinema.
Pure cinema.
Cars movie's good. Okay.
But not Cars 2, for the love of God. Cars 2 is an abomination. But Cars 1 and Cars 3, cinema.
Okay, cinema. Speaking of cinema, movies coming out this year. Movies.
Unfamiliar with that.
Any movies you guys are excited about that are coming out this year? I mentioned one earlier. It might have been last episode. Deadpool, Wolverine. I guess by the time this comes out, we'll have been out. Hopefully I've seen it by now.
I haven't been paying attention to the roster. I've been so busy on mine.
I'm excited for the movie to come out of the novelization of the movie of the original novel of the Da Vinci Code. Is that coming out this year?
You said a lot of words.
Yeah, because there was the book inspired the movie, but then the movie inspired a novelization of it. And so there is a novelization of the movie, which they're now making into a new movie based off the novelization instead of the original material.
Wait.
Isn't that just the movie that's already out?
This is a game of telephone with movies.
But then I'll be excited to see when the novelization of the movie about the novelization about the movie based on the book comes out, because then that's more Da Vinci Code I get to read. It's like telephone.
How long is this code?
I mean, Da Vinci was a smart guy. I don't know. It was a long time ago. Probably goes on and on. Millions of years or whatever, whenever that happened.
Okay.
I won movies. Continue.
3 of us, we could be podcasting forever, but maybe not. I don't really know what the future holds. What are things we could do as a trio after the podcast if we don't do podcast one day?
Hot dog stand.
Deli.
Oh, combo hot dog deli.
Whoa, yeah, hot dog deli. Kosher hot dogs, kosher deli.
Kosher hot dogs, unkosher deli.
Oh, that's a twist.
Yeah, so we appeased everybody, I think.
Where did you guys... Okay, I thought this would go one direction. This is a completely different one.
I love Zane, but that's not what we're talking about, Wade.
What if we bought a movie theater?
I feel like we tried that and already failed.
You know, they say if you don't buy the first theater, you never will.
What if there's another theater available right now? If we all pitch in?
Do you know of one?
Yeah, there's. Yeah, oh yeah.
Can you send me the book listing or?
Yeah, sure. Where was it? I thought
was it the one we talked about? Because that's a long time ago now.
No. Well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
You know, Bob and I talked about one, and a week later it was sold, and you got all up in my ass about it.
Why didn't you tell Mark about it? That's the rude thing.
Yeah, you know, you and I talked about it. Why didn't I tell Mark?
You just let that get sold out from under Mark.
I sure did.
You did. It looks like it's gone. Never mind.
Why didn't you tell us about it, you fucking freak?
I did tell you about it because you remembered we talked about the location because you thought it was Eastgate, but it wasn't. It was somewhere else nearby. You just don't remember because you don't care.
You fucking trash goblin. Why didn't you tell us?
You know what we'd be doing, the 3 of us? Never speaking to you.
All 3 of us can never speak to you again. You no longer get to address yourself.
But I love me.
If you're talking, you better fucking be talking to Molly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit, so much for solo Let's Plays.
You didn't read the contract very closely, did you? We too can vote you out of your own self.
Do you think I've ever read anything I've been said?
It sounds like you read a lot of philosophy stuff. I don't know.
Oh, God, man. If I did, I don't remember.
That doesn't sound correct.
Okay, so I've got Wiener's Deli.
Oh, car dealership.
Car dealership. Okay.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's the one in Coleraine. That was it.
That's up toward like Miami University, right?
No, Colerane's like west.
It's within the 275 loop. Just you go past.
I always think of things in terms of like where they are from Milford if I don't go there very often. And Milford, you go up and I guess over.
You mostly go you go up for literally 2 exits on the highway, and then it's all west from there.
Wait, is Milford north?
Milford is northeast.
I always think of it as being like perfectly east. Is it northeast?
It's northeast of the city.
Where is Eastgate in relation to Milford?
South. Is that wrong?
No, that's right. Yeah, it said it in a funny way.
All right. Anyway, we're moving on. Next topic.
Ice cream truck. I think we could do good on an ice cream truck.
That'd be fun.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty chill. We could have 3 ice cream trucks. We could have a competition.
Oh yeah, that could be good too. But I was thinking that one of us is on a motorcycle in the back at the ready. Whenever there's a kid like, wait for me, lower the ramp. You have the ice cream with the sidecar in a chest in the sidecar, and yeah, then you can still sell, and then you'll make it back to the other car.
Damn.
You can scout ahead and hit other side streets. We could have 2. So it's one person up in the front with the main ice cream truck, and then 2 motorcycle badasses getting those alleyway kids.
Like an ice cream SWAT team.
I'll drive the truck.
I'm down for a motorcycle. That sounds fun.
All right. I'm back in.
Oh yeah.
Looks like Wade's back on the menu, boys.
Those Australian orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Oi! Their pace is quickened. It's as if the whips of their very masters are behind them.
What's that smell? Man flesh.
You know, we talked recently about things that should be crunchy. What should be crunchy?
Oh, I know one.
You don't.
No.
I know one. Ice cream.
Uh,
Yes, ice cream should have crunchies in it. It should be crunchy.
like if there's chocolate chips or something in there, but like
There should be chocolate chips. There should be peanut butter cups. There should be crushed up Oreos.
Butterfinger pieces.
are you just saying fuck vanilla?
Vanilla is good. It's better when there's stuff in it. I don't hate vanilla, but I'd rather have vanilla with things in it. Cookie crumbles,
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces.
Cookies and cream is the basis of most ice creams, and that's like always crunchy.
Ice cream is totally fine if it's not crunchy, but it's almost always better if it has crunchies.
Okay, I'll just give you ice cream. Okay, ice cream. What else is better crunchy?
Pickles. Pickles are always better crunchy.
Oh, God.
And most of the time, they're flaccid.
Mushy pickle.
They're almost like you get the wrong batch of pickles.
You get a pickle that's just like...
Oh, God.
Chicken wings? Chicken wings are better crunchy?
I would say, I don't know if there's a distinction. Is crispy different than crunchy? Because I would describe my ideal chicken wing more as crispy in my head than crunchy specifically. But I can't tell. I don't know what the difference. What's the difference with that?
I think crunchy has to be, it goes in your mouth and you go, you know?
I think that's the definition. Any other opinions on crunchy?
I like crunchy hippies.
Oh, I get you.
I don't.
Don't tell them.
Peace and love.
We're doing things that should be crunchy, right? Because I was almost going to say root beer float.
Root beer float crunchy?
Yeah, no, that's a thing I don't think should be crunchy. That just popped into my head because we were talking about that before.
There's things that should be crunchy or you prefer crunchy?
Oh, I know one. Pineapple.
Crunchy?
Pineapple is crunchy. Do you want mushy pineapple?
Well, there's other qualifications besides mushy and or crunchy. I don't know.
I feel like you want pineapple to have a little snap.
No, I don't want pineapple to have a little
Bob, you have bad crunchy opinions, I think.
leaves in fall.
Oh, I hate that. They're annoying.
No, I'm sorry. You don't like joy. Crunch, crisp, crack.
That horrible noise that's kind of like pulling apart a cotton ball when you step in snow in the winter, that's annoying. Crunchy leaves are fine.
The snow crushing, that's quiet. You gotta really be listening for that.
There's a particular type of snow step that just sounds horrible.
It's because he doesn't like styrofoam. Styrofoam should be crunchy.
Snow is just the styrofoam of nature.
Oh, stop. Okay, anyway, crunchy. Any other crunchies where I move on immediately?
Packing peanuts.
Oops, all berries should be very crunchy.
Peanut butter crunch.
Oh, okay.
Nature Valley bars should be crunchy.
Parenting. Let's talk about parenting.
Should be crunchy. Yeah, I agree.
Crunchy, yeah.
Crunchy.
Diapers, crunchy.
Completely different topic away from crunchy. How's parenting going, Bob?
Surprisingly good. I don't want to undersell myself, but you figure it out as you go. You don't have a choice, so you better. But I feel like we're doing a decently good job so far. It's good.
He's going to get to the point when he becomes like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old where he's going to remember things, but he's going to like, I feel like all kids feel this way where you're like, my parents know everything. They are experts in literally anything and everything I could ever wonder. And then like you find out that that's not true when you are the parent. It's such a mind-blowing thing.
Are you a parent? Did you learn this already?
Uncle.
Same thing.
Not quite the same, but like you still know that you don't know everything. Whereas whenever you're a kid, you feel like adults know everything.
You have an anti-affinity, whatever the opposite of an affinity towards like absorbing new knowledge. I try to gift you with my bounty of knowledge every time.
Corridor Digital. I absorbed it.
That was not my gift.
That's honestly impressive because you never remember anything.
This is true. I got more important things in my mind than learning.
That's incorrect.
What is more important?
Food, what game I want to play, when the new Dragon Ball Z Dokkan banner drops, shows I'm trying to catch up on. How do I feel about the season finale of The Boys? Oh God, did I feed the animals? Ooh, they due for heartworm? Am I due for anything? Oh shit, I've got surgery coming up. Am I gonna do that? And oh fuck, what am I forgetting? Things like that.
You've had surgery coming up for 1.5 years now.
I have one scheduled for mid-August on my deviated septum.
You do surgery like Mark do movies.
What about your shoulder?
It's getting put on the back burner. I got other things going on.
Yeah, that's the surgery I was thinking of.
His job is to sit at a desk and make jokes. What's he need a shoulder for?
It did. When I was in Virginia, we played. You guys remember Foursquare? We played Foursquare, but like in a pool. So it was like volleyball Foursquare. And there was a point where we were like hitting the ball, and I felt like something horrible in here. I was like, oh yeah, that's still a thing. I forgot about that because oh my god, ow. And it kind of hurts a little bit right now that I'm thinking about it. But overall, it's been survivable.
Well, that's what I like to do. I don't like to thrive. I like to survive.
All right, parenting.
Crunchy.
There's a lot of snacks. There's a lot of snacks in parenting. Kids eat a lot of snacks. It's fun. Got like Nutri-Grain bars. You got like veggie straws. Got a lot of fruits. A lot of fresh fruits. Fruits are good. Books. There's a lot of books. I don't think I've ever owned as many books in my life as we own now that James likes books.
I object. I feel like this is an unfair topic. I am at a distinct disadvantage. I never had parents.
How's your parenting going, Mark?
You have a child?
Is someone...
Are you getting pranked, bro? Bring your giant knife thing. Check out what's going on.
Yeah, take your boar spear to answer the door.
Listen, I'm gonna go explore.
All right, we'll be here. We got nothing going on.
And that was the last time we ever saw Mark.
Do you want to know the secret to this episode?
What is it? Just play along with whatever topic you bring up and not be a bitch about it?
No, it's Secret Words Part 2, but this time you lose points for finding the secret word.
No.
You've avoided almost every one.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Hi. So Amy came home and she was blasting a podcast at full volume. So that's why I thought I was hearing voices.
Oh.
No, wait,
Is it our podcast?
No.
Well, that's embarrassing for us.
All right, I guess that's parenting. Mark, you thought that was an unfair topic. Let's go to something you like, I guess. Editing equipment.
Oh, this feels like an unfair topic.
Just because you don't edit and you should.
What would you build if you needed to edit a lot of stuff?
I wouldn't build anything.
A desk.
It depends on the type of editing that you need because you need hard drive storage and space like that. There are really economical ways that you can go about that.
And you need to render stuff out, right?
For most editing purposes, I am a general editing. The newest Apple M chips can edit anything really well. Right now, you could get an old, even like an M1 laptop.
Hey, don't call us old. I have an M1.
Yeah, it's still just as good. My point is it's just as good. It's good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. That can edit like pretty much anything. If you get a little higher end, you need like a little better hardware, but for most of it.
What about a whole movie?
Whole movie? Well, yeah, I'm still able to edit it on the newest versions of those laptops, but
So what's the point of all this work you're doing? What's that for?
That's for VFX. That's very different.
Wade is literally baiting you to talk about your passion project and you got nothing?
I'm literally putting it on a gold platter for you and you're not taking it.
I'm not done talking. I was literally in the middle of saying it. I was getting into it. What do you mean? I was saying it.
Stop with the foreplay.
Get in.
Computer, good keyboard, mouse, wireless, good wrist rest. Make sure you don't get carpal tunnel. Desk and big TV. If you're at any movie, you want big. Hey, that's good. Fuck, I hate this hair so much.
Well, you could have talked about that when we talked about hair, Mark. We're talking about editing. What about rendering?
Rendering depends on what you're rendering.
Big.
Big, just big.
You want to talk about it? You want me to talk about the things that I'm building?
Yes.
I've procured about 12 top-end server-grade CPUs that are going into 6 systems with which have 4 graphics cards apiece with 100 gigabit networking, so all of them can talk to each other extremely nicely. Minimum amount of RAM in each of these systems is 1 terabyte of RAM.
Jesus.
This is enough hard drive space to drive everything. I have 3 tiers of hard drive space. One is pure NVMe, one SATA SSDs, and one is hard disks. The huge array. I just this morning filled up 32 bays more of hard drive disks because I'm going to have top storage, mid storage, cold storage, and I'm going to have enough for everything to go between the projects on the main one, the active stuff on the fastest one, and then everything else that needs to be accessed using the middle as like a cache for like temporary stuff. Then to get all the power for that, you got to rewire your entire power infrastructure. You need 12 kilowatts of power, which I don't know if you know this, but that's going to be about 100 amps. You need a new 100 amp panel with multiple 20 amp circuits. You got to run 220 or 240 volts because the amount of voltage, the amount of amperage that 120 volts is going to pull is going to be more than most circuit breakers can do. It's still the same amount of power, but the amount that amperage is a different thing. I'm not perfect at electrical. Once you do all that, then you got to figure out how to beat all the heat because all this computer power is going to take a lot of heat. So you got to get air conditioner that's going to be able to beat about 15 to 20,000 BTUs or pump out 15 to 20,000 BTUs all in a room the size of a bathroom, which I've remodeled.
It'll really suck when you move in like a month.
I'm not gonna what?
All this work you've done.
I've lived in the same place for like 3 years.
Yeah, I know, and I've gotten my calendar. You're due.
I've had my house longer than you've had yours.
That's true.
That is true.
When are you gonna move? When are you gonna move, Baldy? When are you gonna move? Huh?
Maybe next year.
How's your radon? Mine's perfect. I don't even have a basement.
I think the long-term average was 0.4.
0.4? Oh, of me moving. Oh, I see.
I think he meant radon, but that's fine. I don't know if we want to talk about environmental risks in relation to where we live. I don't know if you're going to win that one, Mark.
Listen, yeah, I'm on bedrock.
Sure.
Surrounded by fire and earthquakes, the ocean.
Let's compare a risk of mudslides to wiping us off the face of the earth.
Mudslide, I sometimes wake up in the middle of the night in fear because I heard it was raining and there was lightning, which is a rarity here, but there was thunder, and I swore it was the mountain coming down.
Man's forgotten thunder being on the West Coast.
I think our mudslide threat is approximately 0% where we live. I don't know about Wade, but
I would assume pretty close.
I don't think I could start a forest fire here if I intended to very deeply.
Are you satisfied, Mark? Did we talk about your stuff enough?
Huh? Yeah, I'm good.
Bob, what else do you want to talk about?
I'd like to circle back to the kosher hot dog, unkosher deli idea.
Filming technology, stuff you film with. Mark, how's that collection going? You still collecting things to film with?
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't bought anything new for that in a while. Yeah, once you get this stuff, you don't need to get more.
Do you need to do like maintenance or anything? Do you need to like get them out and oil them or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Are you still rehousing?
Huh? Yeah. Well, there's one that's still out in rehousing, but I've got most of them back already. I just didn't mention it because no one cared.
What do you mean? I'm asking right now. It's been on my. The fact you haven't brought it up has been blowing my mind for what feels like months.
It's because it was a punitive measure. If ever I mentioned lenses, I could not talk about it because you guys would take points. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. Therefore, the thing that I actually was happy about, I got them in, and they were unbelievably beautiful. They were so pretty, and I couldn't talk to anybody about it.
Every recording session for months, we all hang up, and Mark's just sitting there like, oh, I got a new one back. It's a 30-35. It's prime Mr. Prime.
I got these macros back that are just like, they were just so pretty, and they even extended the focus range of them. I didn't even see. Stop. Wait, stop.
I wasn't even marking. I was just looking.
For listeners, every time Mark continues to talk about these things he's talking about, Wade casually glances down at his score sheet and is clearly noting something. I still think you should talk about him, Mark. You win a lot. You could use a little bit of a handicap.
I already know I'm gonna lose. It's okay. I it's sad, yes, but I've accepted it.
Mark, have you figured out what the game is yet?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. I was sort of counting on you for that. I wasn't even really thinking about it.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah,
but then Wade told me, so then that feels kind of unfair.
It usually goes that way. I understand. Actually, no, it's totally true. I knew from the moment that I walked in and you guys, I realized I'd left you two alone, and I'm like, I lose this episode. Great. That's how it's always gone. Every time I step out of the room, lose.
You shouldn't leave.
Would you like to win, Mark? I'm offering.
You could win. Bob can give you the win right now.
I know how this game works.
I don't want any unfair advantage because I am noble and honorable, and I respect the institution and the bylaws and the Constitution of Distractible. I am pure.
Lenses. Render farm. There you go, Mark. That'll even it up a little bit.
It's okay, guys. No, I get it.
Peanut butter.
All right. The way this worked was welcome to Secret Words Part 2, where I give some small topics, I list words, and each time you say one of those words, you lose one of those 100 points I gave you early on. Mark, you did a better job than Bob of losing points today.
Wait.
Until the end there. Bob literally threw out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 topics. 9 was a bonus. 8 topics. Lost 1 point by saying peanut butter. That was the only time he lost the point. I tried really hard to bait him. I gave him parenting. I gave him cars. We talked about hair, which I thought was an equal one. We talked about things we do after the podcast, which I thought was an equal one. He did not say any of the words. You lost 1, 2, 3, 4. You lost 4 points up until we baited you into saying lenses one time. So you were already losing compared to Bob up until the point where I told him the thing. But you lost a total of 5 points, getting you to 95. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Bob had only lost 1. He was at 99 points. And then he just said lenses 4 times and render farm twice and peanut butter once. Do those count at this point?
Doesn't sound like a decision for us to make. I'll take the win.
And the fuck did I just hear?
What's happening in everyone else's locations today? What?
The hell?
He's just leaving.
I heard what sounded like someone crawling on all fours down my hallway.
That's such a specific sound. How would you know that sound?
It's like a slidey, slappy noise.
Slidey, slappy?
I might be about to get Samara'd.
Well, I'm going to keep the recording rolling then.
I don't want to leave the camera. Anyway, Bob, you either lost just 1 point or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. So you're either at 99 or 92.
Now, Mark has honor. I'll take the win.
Cool.
How's your honor taste, Mark? It tastes good?
Oh, real good. Yeah, real good, man.
I can't tell if Wade's doing a bit or...
Maybe Molly's cleaning the litter box. Or the cat is in there. Is the cat a lot bigger than it used to be? Bob, you win. Congrats on that. Winner's speech.
I gotta be honest, Mark made that whole bit at the beginning about figuring out the game, and then within 5 minutes of that, I forgot completely that you were probably doing some kind of shtick, and I just actually won completely accidentally until you told me what the game was, which was right at the end, and didn't really give me any unfair advantage because I was already winning. And
we had 1 topic left at that point, I think.
I forgot Wade's secret words. That's a classic.
Last time it worked out so much better. This time there was literally 5 times that you guys said a word.
Well, this time it was like when you tried to get us to laugh or not laugh or something.
Yeah, this was much like the court thing, which I think, ironically, Mark started this episode off, or right before the episode, by your honor, may I approach the bench? And I had that sinking feeling in my gut. I was like, oh no, not again. And then it happened.
When we're in that mood, we approach the bench and we don't say those fucking words. Congratulations to me. I don't know if that means I'm a good talker or a bad talker, but it certainly means something.
Oh, I should let you all know what the words were, to be fair. Our topics, I don't remember the order that we went in here. When we talked about filming technology, it was lenses. Cars, it was the phrase my car, which no one ever said. Quote unquote, my car. If you talk about your cars, it was like done. You'd listen, but no. Render farm, I could not for the life of me get fucking Mark to say render farm, despite really trying.
He really was dodging. He was really dodging that one.
Baby, Bob never said the word baby, killed me. Peanut butter, Bob mumbled once at the end.
Iron lung.
Mark mentioned one time and we never talked about it anymore. Snacks that go well with root beer was a free topic. I just wanted to talk about that. I didn't really have a word in mind for that because I didn't really know where it would go. Things we would do after podcast. The word was theater. Best hair, bald. I was waiting for you guys to rip me for being bald. You guys really didn't. Those were our words.
Did I say peanut butter or did I say sunflower butter?
You said peanut butter at one point, I'm pretty sure. If you didn't, if I misheard you, then it didn't affect the outcome. But I thought you at the very end mumbled like peanut butter.
I just might have thrown a perfect game, but editors replay that. I might be wrong. Peanut butter.
Mark, I think you said bald once. You said theater. You said iron lung. You said lenses. One of those words I believe you repeated twice. It was either bald or theater, I think.
I think you said bald a couple times.
And I think I said theater a couple times.
In any case, Mark, you have the loser's speech, a special loser's speech.
I do, because today's loser's speech is brought to you by Mug Root Beer. Just like the amount of points I have, the can of root beer that I was given is much smaller than the others, hence losing. But that's okay, because when you're losing because you talk about your passions and that's a punishment. At least you have a tasty, delicious drink to cry yourself to sleep with, and I can always remind myself that I've got that dog in me. I may not have points or an outlet for my passions, but I've got that dog in me.
Or friends who care.
Yep.
Well said. And you know, if this was the original secret words, you would have won. You said the word. You hit those notes. Unfortunately, this was part 2, where you lose points for hitting those words. So our final score, Bob 99, Mark 95, me -6.
Doesn't that mean that Wade loses?
Stay tuned for the next one where Bob will host. If you haven't already, go follow Bob at MySkern, Mark at Markiplier, me at Minion777 or Lord Minion777. We've been playing games on our YouTube together. We just finished up Chained Together a couple weeks ago.
No, we didn't. Not according to my channel.
Not me neither. There's a lot left.
Oh, maybe we haven't finished it. Be wild if by the time this comes out we haven't, but you guys just might need to upload a little faster, slowpokes.
I'm in no rush. I want people to savor the content.
Oh, I want them to just eat it, gorge, and be ready for the next.
You are the buffet. You are the hometown buffet of content, huh?
I went to a Fogo recently and I remembered how much I enjoy that buffet style.
Buffet.
That's it. Podcast out.
Peanut butter.